Lil Chopper Toy.
What's cracking? What's
Baby
cracking?
D, how you doing, brother? How you doing?
Man, great, man. Great, man. Happy to be here.
Man, that's what's up. It's a pleasure, bro. It's a pleasure having you here, bro, for real.
That's what's up, man.
I appreciate you stopping by, man, for
Hey,
sure.
I appreciate you having me too, brother.
That's what's up, bro. Let's talk to him. Baby D. You living or you surviving?
Hey, I'm doing both, man. I'm living and surviving. I've been in the music game for a real long time. You know what I'm saying? So, for me, the Oomp Camp, for our music to still be relevant, we survive, the test of time as far as music. And as far as me living, I'm breathing, everybody in my family, they're okay. So it's like, it's a blessing. And I'm here talking to you right now, so I'm living, baby. I'm living.
Respect. Welcome to the Integrity Response with your brother, CEO Khacki. Every individual sitting across from me doesn't believe in being typical, ordinary, or familiar. They're elite, meaning society's norms don't sit well with them. They believe in raising the bar for themselves, family, and for those they may never meet. From those in humble beginnings to those in the midst of greatness and legends who've paved the way. With a comedic edge, I will ask the questions that hold value, and I believe we'll gain insight to the real them. It's the Integrity Response. Let's talk to him, man. Let's take him back, man. Let's take him back. Before rap and entrepreneurship, at the age of 9, what did you want to be?
Well, realistically, I wanted to be a doctor or a lawyer.
Come on.
That was like my main goal, but the universe, they had a bigger plan for me because when I was about 9 or 10, that was like my first time I was playing like instruments.
Gotcha.
Like I played in the strings, you know what I'm saying? So I played the violin, I played the upright bass, and it was just something about music that, drew me to it.
Real.
So after I did strings, then I went into the band.
Gotcha.
You see what I'm saying? Then I went to, playing the drums in church.
Real.
And then just going from there on to doing like talent shows.
That's right.
So the whole time I'm getting groomed to what's to come. Real. But my whole I was really chasing a whole nother dream when my talent was right there in front of me.
Real. Mm-hmm. And sometimes it's crazy you say that, you're being groomed. Sometimes you don't even know, and you was brought up in the church as well.
Exactly.
Real, that's real. So you playing the drums in the church.
Yep. Piano,
violin,
bass, yeah.
Bro, like all the tunes, everything you in tune with now.
Exactly.
Was been there from the start.
Exactly. And it was so naturally easy, for me to learn how to, adapt to the music. For some reason, it was when I was in the band, it's like for some reason I picked up easily on all the instruments.
Gotcha.
You see what I'm saying?
Real.
Like it was real easy to me. So it was like, that's why music has always been, it's not been, like a challenge or anything hard to do. I do it because I love music, and I just do it because I like you know what I'm saying? I am music, so I do it.
That's real. Respect.
Real talk.
Respect.
Mm-hmm.
Let's take them back, man.
Okay.
Montreal Road.
Okay.
Cannon Road.
Mm-hmm.
Gresham Road.
Mm-hmm.
East side of Atlanta. What does that mean to you?
Man, that's my home, man. That made me. That's what really made me. Atlanta. That's my birthplace.
That's right.
But Decatur, that's where I was born. That's why, my first, experience, with me, females, my first fights, my first walking to school, just everything,
real,
man, right down March Trail.
That's real. That's
you know
real.
what I'm saying? Yeah, and that was at a time, to where you knew your neighbors, you know what I'm saying?
Come on, bro.
And you actually had to go outside and run around
real,
in summer
bro.
camp. Yeah,
That's
you
right.
had to,
That's right.
we couldn't wait to go to the swimming pool. We couldn't wait to go to the park to play basketball and stuff like that. So, March Trail, just the whole east side, that I look at it as growth. That's what it did. It raised me and basically made me who I am.
That's real, bro.
Yeah.
You have any siblings?
Yeah, I got 2 little brothers. Well, one of my brothers passed away, but I got my other little brother, Jason. We actually working on a movie right now called The Block Crew.
Come on, that's
so
right.
he gonna be in the movie with us, you know what I'm saying, along with one of my artists, Everyday Sunny, and then I got one of the writers on the project. His name is Piranha.
Okay, for sure, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And you were raised by your mom and grandparents.
Yes, I was raised by my mom and my grandparents, mostly my grandparents, you know, because, you know, being a young single mother, you know, when my mom had me, you know, for her just for her to be able to accomplish the things that she has.
That's right.
And to provide for me and my two little brothers, you know what I mean? It was a feat in itself. You see what I'm saying? Especially back then.
That's
you know what I mean?
fact.
Now it's kind of easier, you know what I'm saying, for women to kind of get in position.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? It's still hard, but it's more easier now. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
But back then it was real hard.
Fact.
I was
You're
almost born on the martyr bus.
Real, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Real.
So my mom, you know, she played her part, and then, you know, my grandma, what she did, she instilled in me like wisdom, like real wisdom, and, you know, and just a structure that what I didn't know now.
Gotcha.
Like it all registers now. You know what I'm saying?
That's real, bro. That's right.
Crazy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you, bro, just through research, bro, you speak highly of your grandmother, you know, like regarding her wisdom.
Yes, man.
You know, like, you know, ain't nothing new under the sun.
Yes,
you know
y'all always tell me ain't nothing new up under the sun.
Bro, that's right.
So everything that I was trying or I thought I was getting away with, she like, man, I raised your mama, I raised your uncles. They been doing that.
Real.
You know what I'm saying? So don't think you trying to really get over. And that still applies today, because now, you know, the things that, you know, that we might have seen back then, you know, from the bell bottoms, you know, from the tight jeans, from the hairstyles, from the earrings, from the whole culture, it just came back full circle.
It just keeps on. That's right. That's real,
Exactly.
bro. What type of kid were you outside of the music? Outside of, you know, being outside, the real outside, what kind of kid were you?
Well, I was an adventurous kid. You know, I did, you know, I took karate.
Gotcha.
You know, I went to the summer camp. You know, I was a lifeguard at one time for my summer camp. Played basketball. You know, I did wrestling. So I tried a little bit of everything.
So you was into karate, wrestling.
Yeah, I was into a little bit of everything. But once again, it was just music. It would just grab my attention and held it. You see what I'm saying? Because like I said, I tried a lot of different little things. You know what I mean? But it was like the music stuck with me.
Real. Let's take them to high school, McNair High School.
Yes, sir.
You know,
the Mustangs.
Come on, bro. Legends. Some legends came out of there.
Yes, sir.
Rich Homie Quan, Gucci Mane, Young Nudie. They all attended there as well. Baby D, man. Like, you know, what was that? What was some you know, in high school, this is when you started to take on the form of like getting serious with your music.
Exactly.
And it all started from was this a talent show or was this
a talent show?
Right.
It all started from the talent show, because what happened with how I really got into the music game was, you know, DJ Smooth, you know what I mean? And I was working at JR Crickets. That was another thing. After I wanted to be a doctor, then I was like, you know, a doctor or a lawyer, I was like, you know, I'm gonna get into culinary art school. So I started getting into cooking. You know what I mean? Like cooking. So I got my uncle, he got me a job at JR Crickets. So as I'm down at JR Crickets, there was another thing that cooking that I picked up on real fast. Like I could run the whole kitchen on a Saturday, busy by myself, prep, do double shifts, you know, cook, work the fry. I was good at cooking. So I was like, I'm gonna just go to culinary art school. So as I'm working at JR Crickets, my homie DJ Smooth, he comes in. All right. So as we're cooking, you know what I'm saying, I'm training him, trying to, you know, teaching him, you know, how to do everything. He tells me that he's a DJ. So I'm like, dang, that's what's up, man. Like, man, I was like, I wouldn't mind learning how to DJ. You see what I'm saying? And at this time, I'm about 14, 14, 15.
Wait a minute, so you doing all this running the kitchen at 14?
About 14, 15, yeah. I wasn't supposed to have the job, sorry, y'all. You know what I'm saying? But Unc got me in there, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, Unc got me in there, and I was real serious about, you know what I mean, just my own independence, you know what I'm saying? Because that was another thing, you know, that my mom always taught me, and my grandma always taught me that, you know, if I wanted something, you know, I got to work hard for it, you know, ain't nobody just going to give you nothing.
Come on, and so, even I want to pause right. Even through reresearch, you prior to 14, as a younger kid, you were selling candy and everything.
Selling candy, on, that's why I started.
You started
candy. That's why I see. Once again, it was in me. It was in me, and I didn't even know that I had the entrepreneurial drive until I got older. You know, like once I got older, it's like everything started to make sense. You know what I'm saying? So I met DJ Smooth, and he was actually DJing, and he was telling me about a group that he was DJing for called City Boys with Twin Productions.
That's right.
Okay, so I was like asking him, I was like, well, I want to, just teach me how to DJ, you know what I mean? Because that was, I wanted to learn how to DJ.
Right.
So I went on the road with them. He was like, okay, come on then, you can be the roadie. So now I'm toting the crates, the milk crates,
that's
you know what I'm saying? When it was 12 inches, it wasn't no CDs.
Y'all know nothing about that kid. That's real.
So we have a whole van full of like 30 crates. So you got to unload the crates, load them back up. So I started off doing that, you know what I'm saying, with DJ Smooth, and he was also teaching me how to DJ as well.
Gotcha.
City Boys, they at that time, they was young and up and coming. They was also on the So Del Bass All-Star mixtape. And so I started out being a hype man for them.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
So once I started doing a hype man thing with them, then it just flourished from there. Then I was just started doing talent shows at my high school.
Right.
And then it was just I met DJ Jelly.
Gotcha.
And then I was actually getting a show CD made for a talent show that I was doing.
Right.
Yeah, and I went and hollered at DJ Voodoo, and he basically told me, he was like, well, I can't make it, but I got somebody who might can. I got with Jelly, we made the mixtape, and at that time they would start big on records. And he came on, he was just like, man, we started a new label, man. You want to be down? I was like, yeah, I'm down. Let's do it.
Wow.
So that history is made.
Just like that.
Just like that.
So,
we're not even trying though. See, that's the thing about it. It's like when you try, when you chasing something, you'll never catch it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta let it catch up with you. You just gotta stay focused on the goal in hand. You know what I'm saying?
That's
so if you like to do music, if you like to cook, if you like to sew, whatever you like to do, make clothes, movies, whatever. Just concentrate on your craft, and the money is gonna come.
Real, bro. And do you think, just not even by default, but they saw that drive in you at an early age, going to get your mix show CD done, and hearing your music, they saw something early in you?
I think they seen it in me early because, like I said, it was like Big on Records it had started, but it was like just started.
Gotcha.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And when they, I guess, when me and Jelly, we was talking, and then we did, I had a song called Forrest Gump, Run Forrest Run. Gotcha. So when I did that with him, he was like, man, you pretty cool, you pretty nice. So then he introduced me to Big Oomp, and Big Oomp was like, man, you going to school, you doing the right thing, you ain't not getting in no trouble. Then so I guess they did see the ambition, right? And I know Big Oomp for sure, he seen something in me that I probably didn't even see in myself.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And he invested in, my time, and invested in me, as an artist, not knowing me from yesterday.
Wow.
And see, we
just
here.
like that.
Yeah, we here.
Wow, bro. Wow. And this was about 15, would you say 15, 16 or?
Yeah, I was at this time. I was about 15,
Gotcha.
About 15, 14, 15. Yeah.
How did you get your stage name?
Well, from Lil Mark and J, man.
Okay, for
Cause we used to always when they had the Big Papa song, he said true player for real, as Baby D. You know what I'm saying? So that's what they used to always say.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? So I just thought, so I got that. Yeah.
Wow, that's what's up. Definitely.
Yeah.
So from there, let me ask you this, Baby D. Do you feel like you was always born for music entertainment?
Well, realistically, I feel like that I was just born for entertainment, period.
Real.
To put a smile on people's face, because one thing about music is based on a feeling. So it's all about, when you doing music, it's all about how you make a person feel.
Real.
You see what I'm saying? Either you're going to make them feel sad, either you're going to make them feel happy.
That's right.
Either you're going to make them feel like, oh, I'm finna conquer the world, I'm going to get this job, I'm going to get this girl, whatever. It's
bro.
about a feeling. You see what I'm saying? So it was like, I always wanted to, make people, have fun and be happy, you know what I mean? So I feel like I was born for, something, you know what I mean? And I know it's to make people happy and to entertain people. You feel what I'm saying? Because it's like me personally, like I still get carded and all that type of stuff. I'm down there 30-some years old. Bro. You see what I'm saying? So it's like I look like this for a reason. You see what I'm saying?
That's
like,
real.
You know, I could, because there's people that's older than me, younger than me, that look older than me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's a gift and a curse. So I take the gift, you know what I mean, and I flip it into you know, something profitable, and that's just what the entertainment is. So I'm here to entertain, you know, music, clothes, music, however I can, you know, leave a good impression.
That's right.
That's my goal.
That's real. AMG, you in acting now, everything.
Yes,
so
sir.
We're gonna get into all that too.
Okay.
And around this time, you know, you was spending a lot of time on the west side of Atlanta as well.
Exactly.
Which is where you met Lil C.
Yeah, that's where I met Lil C. But I met Lil C, I was on the west side in Born Home with Lil Mark and J-Man.
Gotcha.
Because, you know, that's where they from.
Right.
So I was catching the bus from the east side, coming, doing, you know, same thing that I do now, network. You know what I'm saying? Bro. I never wanted to just stay inside the box. Like, if I say I'm gonna come mess with you, I'm gonna come mess with you. Like, you my dog, I'm coming, I'm pulling up, we gonna kick it. You know what I'm saying? So we build a bond. You know, that's why I met Shawty Low. I remember Fabo, Moot B, all them was in, you know, Born Kilo. I remember listening to Baby Baby before he even put it out. You know what I'm saying? So I got a lot of game from, you know, the west side. Too. You see what I'm saying? Bro. So when I met Big Oomp, you know, and DJ Jelly, they was already from the west side. Loco the Lunatic and Lil C, they actually stayed in the same apartments.
Gotcha.
So Loco the Lunatic, he actually was with the group Major Bank.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So when we used to take him to drop him off, you feel what I'm saying? Then Lil C would always run to the car like, man, I won't be down with y'all.
That's real.
So he was like, this is my little partner, you know, he like my little brother.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Baby D gone, you know, you should go on and hang with him. You know, he be dancing, doing little stuff like that. You know how to rap.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, cool. And once again, just like that.
Just like that.
Yeah, we became friends.
Power networking.
Yeah, rest in peace to Lil C. You know what I mean?
Right,
so, you know, he always gonna be missed. So you know, that was like a friendship, you know what I mean, that lasted, you know what I'm saying, until it ended, you know what I'm saying? So
where do you contribute that from, man? Like your ability to, you know, is that from mom, grandma, your granddad? Like who do you contribute that mindset to where you're, you know, you could talk to all walks of life?
Well, I think that come from, once again, me when I was working at Old National Discount Mall, you know, because before I was, you know, Baby D going on tour, you know, I had like 3 jobs. Like I said, I was working at UPS. Really? I was working at, you know, the discount mall. Then I was working at JR Cricket. So I was doing like 2-3 different things.
Gotcha.
So it was like I was in the corporate structure, to where you just can't be, you know, you just can't, you know, just do what you want to do. So it always had rules and regulations. You can only say stuff, especially at a restaurant. You know, you can't just be, you know, you got to keep everything clean. There's a structure that comes about it. So I think between that and the era of, you know, just me being in the discount mall, growing up, seeing all these different people come through there, you know, like, you know, I seen like Ludacris come through there, Destiny Child, you know, because the radio station was right down the street at one time. So it was like a lot of people would come through there, 2 Chainz, Pastor Troy. That's how I met Pastor Troy right there at the discount mall. So by me just you know, just interacting with a lot of different people, you know, from the old, young, getting their different opinions on music, what they like, what we like, they might not like, you see what I'm saying? But just me interacting with a lot of different people, you know, I think that's what kind of, you know, molded me into be able to conversate and, you know, and communicate with all types of life, because one thing I did learn about that is that people you learn more if you just listen. You see what I'm saying?
Something, bro. One of my favorite quotes, a wise man once said, "Nothing at all." You know, that's one of my favorite quotes.
Exactly.
Bro. That's real,
exactly.
Bro.
You learn more if you just listen.
Real, bro.
So I've done a lot of listening, and you know, like I say, with my grandma, my mom, you know how like you come from the areas, you don't say nothing when grown folks talking.
That's right, bro.
You know, you sit down and be quiet. You don't get in grown folks business. So it was like I had a lot of times just to sit and just listen and just not say nothing, just soak it up.
That's right.
And now like it applies to everything that I do today.
That's real, bro. Let's all right. So let me take your fans, your supporters back. In high school, I was known as the kid that
rapped in school and slept. I used to sleep in my Spanish class. So all I know is bonjour and au revoir. That's all I knew. That's real. Yeah, that's. But a lot of folks knew me because some of my old classmates, when I see them, they used to always say, "Man, you used to always be saying you was gonna be a rapper."
Come on,
I don't even remember that.
Wow.
They was like, you used to be writing raps and stuff like that.
Wow.
But I was, kind of quiet. You know what I mean? Because I was at that time, I was still trying to kind of low key find myself. As a teenager and just going through all the stuff that I was going through.
That's right.
As a teenager, So that's they would say, man, he was always rapping.
Real.
Mm-hmm.
Real. That's real, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And this is, if you could give your 18-year-old self any advice right now today, what would you tell him? And look, and this is because we know Lil Chopper Toy dropped at 18.
Yeah.
This is prior to that 18-year-old.
Yeah.
Right before that. What would you tell him?
I would tell him never take, situations or opportunities for granted. You see what I'm saying? Because, me personally, I've had several deals, you know what I mean? But, it wasn't the music, me that messed my deal up. It was me, you know what I mean? Me staying in the streets, me, cause the music was just so easy to me.
Gotcha.
It was like, but I love the streets too. You see what I'm saying? So it was like I would tell him, don't take the opportunity for granted because you never know when that opportunity can come around again.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
And what is that? You did mention in a few interviews, like I had 1 foot in the music, 1 foot
in the streets.
Like what was that? Even though, like just from Oomp position.
Yeah.
Were they kind of?
Well, me personally, I never missed the show. You know what I mean? I never missed the interview. I never missed anything that I had to do on the music side. I would always show up and show out.
Gotcha.
It was just after that. You know what I'm saying? Like
downtime.
The downtime is what would get me in trouble because it's like now I'm just sitting around. I ain't doing nothing. Then my homeboy called me, like, "Hey man, well they go do this," and I'm like, "All right, come on, let's go." And not looking at the situation that I'm already in.
Gotcha.
You feel what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And I'm in a good position, in a blessed position, but I can go do this right here and jeopardize my whole situation.
Gotcha.
And I did that. You see what I'm saying? So like that's what I would say. That's why I would say I would tell my 18-year-old self to just, like you're saying, like cherish every moment. You know what I mean? Like your friends, you never know when they gon' pass away or anything, you know what I'm saying? So anytime that you can get to somebody that you really, you know what I'm saying, that you love or you care for, lift them up, tell them, I love you, man, or I love you, baby, whatever, you know what I mean? I love your mama, grandmama, whatever.
I needed that, bro.
Because you never know. And then you wake up the next day and you be like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Wow. So cherish every moment, man. That's what I would tell them.
Respect, bro. Yeah. I hope everybody just heard that, bro. That was free game, bro. That was needed, bro. That's real, bro. Real.
Especially need time.
Come on, man. That's right.
What we need to do, man. Shake a hand, meet a friend.
That's right, bro. I love that.
Real talk.
Let's talk to him, man. So at 18, Lil Chopper Toy drops. This is Integrity. You shook up. You shook up Atlanta. Bro, how did that feel, your debut album? Released through Oomp Camp, and this was Oomp Camp distributed by it was fully independent.
It was fully independent.
Wow.
But I forgot the name we was going through because this was before like you had your Khacki's.
Sony.
It was before Sony.
Gotcha.
It was before the Distro Kids and all that. I forgot the name of the company. But they the ones who really distributed. Plus, we had our own record stores. So
Absolutely.
we had like 6, 7, 8 record stores. So that really what catapulted it to the next level because when you had your Turtles and your Blockbusters and stuff like that, it was more politics to get your music in those stores. And so that's why that was another reason for us creating, big on record stores for all the independents, independents, so they can bring their music in them. We do something on the consignment.
Right.
you learn the music business.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And you get your stuff out there without going through all the red tape you would have to go through to get it in there. You know what I mean? So I think between that and just the love of the fans and the energy that we put on the album and stuff like that, I feel like that drove the it drove the pandemonium with the album and the East Side West Sides and the Bout Monies and the stuff like that, because like we always would say this song gonna be the hit and that's the song we would run with, but when we put the album out it'd be ATL. You know what I'm saying? He like, alright, yeah, okay.
That's real.
You know what I mean?
And you did mention, this is featuring Pastor Troy
and Archie. Rest in peace to
Archie too as well, man. It featured those two. You did mention back in, the discount mall, running into Pastor Troy.
Yep, that's how I met Pastor Troy.
Right. Is that, when it came full circle in time for that, he was already, was he already Pastor Troy at this time?
Nah, when I met him,
y'all was still.
When I met him, he was Pastor Troy with the beat machine in the basement. You know what I'm saying? Big machine, about as big as a calculator. Real deal. You know what I'm saying? DSGB, you know what I'm saying? Lil Pete, the whole, so when I seen Pastor Troy, when I first met him, he brought me his CD, actually to the discount mall. He was like, man, check this out, man. He was like, you know what I mean? He was like, man, I rap. This. He was like, I'm dissing P. I'm like, okay.
He said that.
Yeah, that's what he tell me. I like, all right. So I listened to it.
Yeah.
And then I hear, he like, No Limit Studios. He's like, yeah, tell them we ready. He said, okay. Man, I took that CD straight to the office. I said, I said, boy, you better listen to Pastor. I say, this man dissing P. Now, this is the time Master P is on top now. I'm talking about, the man was on top. This like you just trying to come knock at the big dog right now.
Right, bro.
Man, but me and Pastor Troy, we always, had a cool relationship. We still do to this day. Man. But I remember him before he had the dreads.
Real, bro.
Yeah, before he had the dreads. Yeah.
So you've seen this independent grind.
Yeah, I seen
firsthand.
Firsthand.
Now let's talk AMG.
Okay.
Integrity.
Now as a label owner yourself, Atlanta Music Group. How do you see it from this side now? Because you had the intel, we spoke off camera, artists you already have signed. How is this journey going so far?
Well, this journey is going great. Right now we got 700 Lovo, Fluoro, AMG Leap, Tomboy Gabby, Everyday Sunny, AMG KD.
That's what's up.
Okay. All of these artists are different artists.
Real.
You see what I'm saying?
Real.
AMG Leak, he is a YouTube star right now.
Gotcha.
Like you can go on YouTube right now, he do all the skits. Now he's converting over into music.
Gotcha.
My boy 700 Lovo, he used to play for Atlanta United.
Gotcha.
You see what I'm saying?
Wow.
So now he crossing over from being an athlete into music, and they do Spanish music.
Bro, just like you said, it's entertainment.
Yeah,
like
it's entertainment.
Bro, this was all real, real.
Yeah, so I've been working on the label, and what actually got me into actually wanting to do the label is because I had been doing the movies. I did the Smoke Out movie, and I'm working on the Block Crew movie right now, SOC Productions. That's our production company.
Real.
So I was like, well, if I do the movies, I can put the music with the movies. So now I'm doing the soundtrack, and it's like it's a win-win for me. You know what I mean? So that was one of the main reasons why we started the label. And then once I started the label, it was just so much of a outcry to like yeah, man, that's what we need, some real music. We want to be down. So I was just like, come on, if you got the grind and you want to work and you want to hustle, you want to get your money right, and you want to know the music business, come on, then come ALG.
Real, that's real. That's real. And how do you? Let me ask you this: your personal grind scale 1 through 10. What do you rate it?
My personal grind scale 1 through 10, I give it a 10.
Real, bro.
Probably 11. Come on, bro. Always grinding. That's one thing that people always can contest, can say about me too, is that you always doing something. And from Big Oomp, you know what I'm saying, to BMF, you know what I'm saying, to the first AMG, you know what I'm saying, like all of those things they went down in history.
Real.
So everything that I be a part of or that I'm connected to is just goes down in history.
Come on.
So I think that right there alone speak volume.
Real,
you know what I'm
bro.
saying? It's like I try not to attach myself to nothing unless I know that it's meaningful.
Real.
Like it's something
That's right.
that's meaningful.
That's right,
it's
bro.
not just a bunch of dudes throwing money. Nah,
Right.
it's like it's a camaraderie
That's
that
right.
comes with it. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
right.
It's not just a bunch of dudes rapping. Like me and Oomp right
come
now,
on.
that's like my big brother. You know what I'm saying?
Real.
Right now, I call me.
I was just about to say.
We doing everything.
That's
you know what I'm saying? We
real.
opened up a restaurant right
Come
now.
on, come on,
Got
man.
the
That's
the
what's up.
restaurant, the hamburger restaurant right down the out there on Campbellton and stuff.
Gotcha.
So yeah, man.
It don't stop.
It don't stop, man. The work do not stop. It
What?
got to be a grind. The grind do not stop.
Wow.
All 24/7. The goal is to make money when you sleeping.
Man,
That's
bro,
the goal.
thank you. That's the goal. Residual, bro. Like money, you don't, bro. That's real. That's a
Exactly.
fact. That's right. What, Lil Chopper Toy dropped when you were 18 years old, bro. What keeps you currently driven? What keeps you motivated?
Well, what keeps me motivated is, I guess, just like I said, like my goal, I just like to, like I say, this is the music business. So 98% is work, you know what I mean? And the other 2% is fun. The 2% fun to me is going on stage, seeing the crowd react, seeing people like, oh man, I remember when I heard your song, man, we used to always get to fight.
Bro.
Oh man, I remember when I heard your song, I used to crank up for the
on,
football
bro.
game.
Come on,
man,
bro.
man, they still, my son, and they still playing. You see what I'm saying?
That's right,
So
bro.
that's what keeps me driven. You know what I'm saying? That's what keeps you alive, because even though they got the internet, they got all these things now, it's like word of mouth still is the best promotion
That's
that you
right,
can
bro.
ever get. You know what I'm saying? When people start talking about you,
Go
then
ahead.
they start going to search. So
That's
it's
right.
like that's what keeps me driven, and what kept me driven is just to see, for every, the fans
That's
and,
right.
and the people that I run into on the daily, it's like somebody has a story about,
right, bro.
like, hey man, when I was listening to your
on.
song, this happened.
That's right.
I remember
That's
when
right, bro.
it's a memory. So it's like
Absolutely.
embedded in you. It's not just a song. You know what I'm saying? I
Bro,
gave you a
it's-
memory.
it's
You know what I'm
culture.
saying? Yeah,
It's part of culture.
Part of culture.
It's real, bro.
Yeah,
like people
it's
don't
real.
look at it like that, but bro,
Yeah.
like it's part of culture, bro.
Yeah.
That's real, bro.
That's
It ain't
real,
even
bro.
just black culture.
Yeah,
It's culture.
Culture, period.
Wow,
Yeah, yeah.
bro. About 30 seconds of your time. I really appreciate your support. With every interview, my aim is to bring integrity and fun back to the culture, and I can't do it without you. If you're enjoying this episode, please hit the subscribe button, leave a comment, and hit the like button. It helps the algorithm. I appreciate you. Back to the interview.
Yep.
Let me ask you this, man. Dating back a year, what's
Okay.
something you learned about yourself?
Well, a year ago, I learned that I can do it. You know what I mean? That I can do it, because there's a lot of things, when I was younger, that probably clouded my, decisions and just clouded my mind. But, for me to break away from, that lifestyle and just be like, look, instead of doing a 50-50 thing, I'm going to just give this 100%.
Gotcha.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And then I'm going to succeed on this, and I ain't going to worry about everything else. No matter what nobody say, no matter what going on or who doing
got
what,
you.
it don't even matter. I'm trying to do this.
This.
You know what I'm
Real,
saying? I'm
bro.
gonna stay focused on this, and I can do that. You know what I mean?
Real.
So that was like one of the things that I realized that, that I could do.
Real.
I could do it.
That's real, bro. Dating back a year, what's something you learned about those around you?
Well, that you can't trust everybody, which I already knew that.
Gotcha.
You feel what I'm saying?
Wise. Look, wisdom.
Yeah,
You know?
but you just gotta always just be alert, man.
That's
Just be alert and know that everybody friend ain't your friend.
Everybody friend ain't your friend.
Exactly.
Wow. I never heard it like that. Real. That's real, bro. That's real. Real. Let's talk about acting. What prompted Baby D to get into the acting? And then two-part question.
Okay.
When it starts going to that, are you going to use your real name as as it starts?
Going up.
Yeah.
Well, what got me into acting, like I did try out for Fighting Temptations.
Gotcha.
A while back. I tried out for a couple of 2-3 movies in the earlier part of my career.
Gotcha.
But what really got me into acting was that year point, you know that we were just talking about.
That's right.
I was like, I had been putting out music. I put out the mixtape Atlanta Live. I put out the mixtape Oomp Atlanta, and it was getting a little traction. It was doing its thing, but it wasn't moving as fast as it needed to.
Gotcha.
So then I got with my boy KP, and then we did a movie called Smoke Out.
Gotcha. Come on.
All right. So when we did the first Smoke Out movie, we put it on YouTube.
Right.
And he got 800, 900,000 views on his way to 1 million views right now. So I was like, wow. I was like,
not right. Make you think, wait a minute.
I'm like, hold on.
Independently,
this with nothing, just us putting it out there, and once again, word of mouth, people talking about it. It's a comedy, you know what I'm saying? So that right there showed me, okay, that now people want to see you before they hear you. You see what I'm saying? So once they see you, then they'll listen to what you're talking about.
Real.
So it came to a point that I was like, okay, I'm finna do nothing but movies.
Gotcha.
I'm doing movies, and it gotta give these people a visual so they can kind of see the person.
That's right.
And then you can slide the music and everything up under it. Like I say, do the soundtrack. I'm doing my own soundtracks for all the movies. So it's like, either way, you gonna hear the music, but you gonna see me first, but then you gonna hear the music. After you watch it, you gonna like, oh dang, that song fire.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Open up another tab, put that song up.
There you go.
That's
there
him.
You go.
Just
there
like
you go.
that, bro. Real.
And what's gonna happen, what's so crazy is because like my music is and my name is bigger than me. You see what I'm saying?
You said that before. I want you to explain that a little. I heard you say in the interview.
Well, it's like I heard some people might be like, man, yeah, I know Baby D, this, and they'll be talking to me. You see what I'm saying? And they'll be talking about East Side, West Side, and about money, and Atlanta, and all that. And I just be like, okay. And then I be like, okay, I'm Baby D. And then they be like, okay, so what you do? Then I be like, I got a song East Side, ATL. They be like, oh, that's your song. Oh, you see what I'm saying? So it's like my music and my name is bigger than me as a person.
I see what
you see what I'm saying? So
I
now I'm trying to. The goal is to bridge it all together. Real. So when they do see the new stuff and they start going back and search my name, they be like, oh, that's the same. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna come together.
Makes sense. That makes sense. That's real. That's real.
Yep.
So let me ask you this: as far as, would you see yourself on the directing side, the writing side too?
Yeah, I'll do it all.
Real.
I direct, write, executive produce. I'm multi-talented.
Real,
I do it all, and that's another thing that I try to tell the youth, you know what I'm saying, or the youngins, just coming in on the music, you know what I mean? If you want to get in the music business, you want to get into music, it's more things to do than just be a rapper. You know what I'm saying? You could be an entertainment lawyer, you could be an engineer, you could build studios, you could shoot videos, you could write music videos, you could be a casting director. You know what I'm saying? It's so many different things that you can do to get into the music industry, but everybody wants to go for the fame. They want to be, in the light. You know what I'm saying?
Top dog.
Yeah, they want to be the top dog, but not knowing that the rapper is not the top dog. You know what I'm saying? Realistically, you know what I'm saying?
Bro, go ahead.
they just in the front. You know what I'm saying? They driving the car, but everybody riding got the money. You know what I'm saying? They the ones making the moves.
That's real.
Even the person who make the posters, they get paid before the artists do. You know what I'm saying? Wow. So it's so many different ways that you can get in this music game. And I try to just let them know. So like writing, like you said, writing. You can write for other artists. You can write movies. It's so many other ways. So just explore all the avenues before you just say, this what I want to do. Don't stick yourself in a box, because you can start off doing that, but this might have been your calling.
Real, bro. Mm-hmm. Real. Do you feel like your life is a movie?
Yeah, most definitely. My life is a movie. It's a movie. It's a real movie.
Is that coming, bro? You have an interesting story.
Yeah. Well, I try to what it is how I think my movie gonna be wrote or written. When it's all said and done, it's just gonna be a bunch of accolades, like a bunch of little stuff that I done did. You know what I'm saying? It's just gonna all just be like, well, he did this, or he did like a Black Forrest Gump. Like, you remember, man, baby, man, I remember he, you know what I mean? It's just a bunch of different things that I've done, or you know, that I accomplished, that I failed at. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of different things that once you put it all together, it's like you can't fit it in no hour. You know,
bro, that's
right. It's like
that's
real.
Like, that's right.
You need to write a book, or it's just so much stuff, man. But for me to be here, sitting here today, and to be able to speak about it, you know what I mean, is a blessing in itself.
Right. That's right.
You know
bro.
what I mean? Yeah.
In your opinion, what's the most important personality trait you would have to possess to be working in the industry and being as successful as you are?
Well, you have to be a likable person. You have to be likable. You can't be an asshole.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you can't be don't talk to me, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, Lil Jon, I think he actually told me this. He was saying, we was talking, and he said, he was like, man, what you need to worry about is when people not coming up to you.
Gotcha.
They don't know you. But as long as people recognize you and know you, then you doing something good.
Wow.
But when people just walking past you, not saying nothing to you, then not asking for your autograph, stuff like that, then that's when you need to, be worried.
Real.
So if you come off with, like a unapproachable persona, you feel what I'm saying? Then all you're gonna do is you either gonna gain some fans, or you gonna lose some. You see what I'm saying?
Bro,
so the goal that what people gotta have to understand, that as artists, the fans make us.
Bro, that's
you know what I'm saying?
True.
So if you lose all your fans, you're not an artist no more. You know what I mean? So you gotta just, have a likable, just have a likable personality, and know what you going through is not their problem.
Gotcha.
You see what I'm saying?
I do.
So if you feel having a bad day, you chose this. You chose to be a
beacon of light.
Exactly. So when you come out, you gotta cut that character on and give it to these folks, and then you can go home and worry about your personal problems later. You see what I'm saying?
Real, bro. I respect that.
Don't take it out on the people and stuff, cause they didn't do nothing. They just they excited to see you. You know what I'm
bro.
saying? You know this.
That's real, bro.
Yeah.
Baby D, this segment of the show is brought to you by Grand Moscato. If you can grab your drink, bro.
Yes, man. Let's tote the Grand Moscato.
It's called AA, Authentic Answers.
Hey,
so we got 5 questions for you, bro. 5 questions.
Let me toast to
you already know it, bro. Let's toast to it, bro. You know it.
And it's nice too.
Bro,
real smooth.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, here we go. First question, baby. Here we go. All right, and you can keep it with you. Keep it with you too.
Keep it with
you. Keep it. So we're gonna take a sip right before you answer each question. All right, here we go.
Hold on, do I got enough sips? Okay, I got it.
And this is classic for Baby D, which is this question.
Okay.
If you woke up and you didn't know your age, how old would you tell people you would be?
I probably tell them I'm like about 25.
Real.
About 25. They probably wouldn't believe me, but
that's real though. That's real.
25.
That's real. Here we go for the second question. Here we go.
All right, take my sip.
What job would you do in life if you weren't paid?
Music.
Real.
Music.
I would do it. I love it. That's real. That's real.
I do it.
That's real.
Mm-hmm.
What's that one movie or sitcom you're embarrassed to say you enjoy?
That one movie or sitcom that I said, I like to watch, I don't know if everybody watch this, but I like to watch Price is Right.
Classic.
I like to watch Price is Right. You know what I'm saying? And it might be kind of old school.
That's real.
Hey, I growed up on the Price is Right.
That's right. That's right.
That's
real, bro.
I wake up at 11 o'clock and watching the Price is Right.
Now. Respect. Respect. Here we go.
Yep.
When you were a teen, who was your celebrity crush?
My celebrity crush when I was a teenager, man, I'm trying to think about who it would be, because it would have to be like Sade.
Real.
Like Sade, like yeah, she probably was, because most of my celebrity crushes, they would be like in movies.
Gotcha.
You see what I'm saying? Like
Real.
the girl, like the dark skinned girl from Class Act.
Hold on. I'm trying
Class
to get
Act
that.
with Kid and Play, and then she was
I'm trying to put it there. I can't
you
get it
can't
there.
get it, but
That's
like she
real,
played
real.
a lot of movies.
Gotcha.
So like her, like Nia Long,
Gotcha,
like
classic.
them
That's
was
right.
like like
real.
them.
When movies were.
Yeah,
we were unreachable.
Yeah.
So they was like
Exactly,
really
exactly,
Hollywood. Real.
exactly, yeah.
That's real. Here we go. Let me ask you this. All right. And this is, do you have any fake social media accounts?
Me, I don't have any fake social
Real,
media.
real.
Now, hold on. Other people might have
That's
fake
okay.
social media accounts, but it ain't mine. What I'm trying to say, mine is Baby D underscore AMG.
That's
it.
right, bro. That's
so
real.
if you see Baby D underscore GMA or anything else, that's not me.
him. That's real.
There
That's
you go.
real, bro. Here we go for the last question.
Okay.
You don't have to answer, but as I ask it, look into that camera and
This
just
one?
and just take a sip.
Okay.
If you had to cut out one friend in your life, who would it be? Don't answer out loud. Just look into that camera and take a sip.
They probably read my mind.
That's real, bro. And that concludes Double A Authentic Answer with Baby D.
Hey,
y'all. Let's
authentic
get that
answer,
one,
man.
let's
What you said, brother.
Yes, sir, bro. Here we go, man. What do you, in this world, and I think I know the answer, but in this world, who is your hero?
Man, my hero would be, man, I don't know, man, because it's like everybody play a position
Real.
in my life, you know what I mean?
right.
So I can just say, just some of that, I just say my family.
Real.
My family is like, would be my hero.
Respect.
You
That's
know what I'm
real. That's
saying?
right.
Because it's like everybody play a position, you know what I'm saying? From my uncles, from my grandma, from my granddad,
That's
to
right.
my mom, to my aunties,
That's
to
right.
my great aunt, you know what I'm saying? So it was like a lot of, they all, took on their
That's
responsibility
right.
in molding me and giving me, the advice that I need
Real.
to survive in the
That's
world
right.
right now.
That's
So,
right.
yeah, they would be my heroes.
That's real, bro. And Baby D, you are a dad.
Let's get it.
Through, man. So through research, it's looking like he's almost a teenager now.
Yeah.
Real, bro.
Yeah.
All right, so as a man with teenagers too,
Yeah.
how has fatherhood changed your perspective on life?
Well, I've been a father for a long time, So me in fatherhood, I got a chance to actually, sit back and watch myself
Come on.
and my kids
Come on.
and to correct them.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying?
right.
Other mistakes that I made and then correct them and be like, no, look, you could do this.
That's right.
But it's a consequence for every price, for every situation. It's gonna be something that comes behind
true,
it.
bro.
So you have to, when you go into it, for every action is gonna be a reaction.
Real.
You know what I'm saying? So you got to go into it knowing the good and the bad.
Real,
you know what I'm
bro.
saying? If I see them doing something wrong, I could be like, nah, you doing it wrong. This how you
Real.
supposed to do it.
That's
So
right, bro.
that's what fatherhood. It kind of more taught me, responsibility,
Come
and it also, it showed me that what my grandma said, ain't nothing new up under the
Ain't nothing
sun.
under the sun, bro. It's just full
Yeah,
circle,
they
bro.
try
That's
to do the
real,
same
bro. That's
thing.
right.
How you gonna try to run that on me? Come on, man.
That's real. That's right, bro. That's right. It just be like, oh, he's good.
Yeah,
He's good.
hey, you alright, but I'm a little smarter, buddy.
That's real, bro. Besides your son, what's your proudest accomplishment thus far?
Well, my proudest accomplishment is, to actually just be here,
Come
man.
on, bro.
Because
Real,
it's like
Integrity.
I've been through a couple of situations in my lifestyle, in my life, sorry, that, I seen people, die for less. You see what I'm
Gotcha.
saying? And like car wrecks, like I've been in car wrecks and total cars and all type of stuff, and got up and walked away from it. And I know some people who might have hit a little tree stump and died from the car. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
So
do,
it's like,
bro.
that right there, just life and just being here, man. I feel like that, you know, that's a accomplishment in it
That's right.
in itself. Bro.
That's real, bro. That's real. Let me ask you this, man. Fatherhood, label owner, recording artist, actor, friend to many. Are you making time for yourself these days?
Yeah, I make time for myself when I sleep.
Right.
That's about the only time.
The words of a hustler, y'all.
Hey, I'm telling
Words
you.
of a hustler, y'all. That's
Hey,
real.
I'm telling you.
I love that, bro. I always remember that. I make time for myself when I sleep. That's real,
man,
bro. That's
'cause
real.
other than that,
I love it, bro.
The phone ringing,
Real, bro. That's right.
The kids running in the
That's
house.
right, bro. Come on.
Your girl wants something.
That's right,
It's
bro.
always something. It's like you stay moving, but that would again it shows you that, you know what I mean, that you appreciate it.
That's right.
And that you want it. You know what I'm saying? I heard
right.
cause like it go back to, you know, what we were saying earlier. What you were worried about is when nobody's calling on you.
Gotcha.
When ain't nobody coming like,
bro.
Dad, I want, you know, Dad, come play. You know, when you just alone. Loneliness is the worst feeling. You know what I'm saying? And that right there is something that you can look up. It's like if they want to drive you crazy, they'll put you in a solitary confinement. You see what I'm saying?
Real.
So if you that right there, just the aloneness alone would drive you crazy. You see what I'm
Real,
saying?
bro.
So,
Real.
you know, I appreciate it, and you know, I love all of it. You calling me up,
on,
you know,
bro.
what's
Come
up,
on,
baby
bro.
D,
You already
man,
know it,
checking
bro.
in.
Come on, bro.
You know, everything,
Yes, sir.
man.
Yes,
Like
sir.
all that means a lot because
Real,
it goes to show that your work ain't for granted, and
That's
you just not just out here just to be out here.
Real,
you know
bro.
what I'm saying?
Real. And your story, bro. You still, and that's what I said, like, bro, like to be, you know, a lot of people have come and gone, bro. Like Baby D still marching, still working, still, you know, saying that grind is at a 10 or 11. Like that's, and which is crazy, you know. Shout out to DJ Monte.
For sure.
I asked him the same thing. He said, you know, he said 15, 6, you know, like it's like
yeah.
20, like all these years later, like, no, I still grind away.
Still grind,
That's major, bro. That's major.
And a lot of people don't understand the grind that we had to put in because like now it's so easy to just push a button and reach millions and millions and millions of people. Like we came from the era to where it wasn't no pushing no button. You actually had to get in a 16 passenger van and ride to Macon, ride to Augusta, ride to the Carolinas, ride to Florida, ride to Corpus Christi, ride, you know, hit Tennessee, hit Memphis, you had to actually drive to these places.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Real,
bro. Before anybody would even know you. You see what I'm saying? They couldn't just look you up online and say, oh, dang, he fine. So
You
like
really
we
had
came
to-
from that. You know?
Really had to
Get out there and grind.
Wow.
And that's what we was taught at a young age, you know what I'm saying, from coming up. So that's all we would know how to do. You know what I'm saying? All Monte, me, DJ, you know, Lil C,
That's right.
you know, everybody from Intoxicated, Sam, all of us, you know what I mean? That's all we would know how to do. Excuse me, was grind because of the simple fact that, man, we do 3 shows in a day. You know what I mean? Get up, do the early morning show.
Wow.
Get on the flight. Go do the little mid show, like the little meet and greet.
Right.
And same day, you got to go somewhere else and do the concert. So it's like, you know, people always ask for stuff, but like I always say, be careful what you ask for. You know what I mean?
Bro.
Because
Wow.
you want to be famous, but do you want to put the work in to stay famous? You see what I'm saying?
Does talent alone do it, Baby D?
Talent alone don't do it. Talent alone don't do it.
You know,
Cause the industry can make you whoever they want you to be. You know what I'm saying? But you got to have the drive. If you like, I don't want to do this. I'm tired of singing. Why I got, you know what I'm saying? That you got to have it. Like you got to love it just as much as the people, your fans love it. Like when they hear you sing and they hear you rap, they really listening to your words.
Right, bro. That's right.
And they like, and you kind of basically like, you know, preaching to these people,
fact,
and
bro.
they listening to it, and they molding their lifestyle off of you. You see what I'm saying? So when you come and you get ready, you know what I'm saying, to do your thing, if you don't have, you know, if you don't want to do it, it's like you crushing their dreams.
Real,
You know
bro.
what I'm saying?
Real, bro. That's
Real
real.
talk. You crushing their dreams. So don't crush their dreams. It got to be more than just you a talented person. You got to be a person that like you said, like we said, that it really wants it. You know,
Really
they want
wants
it.
it, bro.
And they want it. And it ain't about the money. You know, you do
right,
it for
bro.
free.
That's
you know
right.
what I'm saying? You just
Real.
love music.
Like you
the
said.
money just came with it. But you love music. You know, you're going to keep doing, you're going to keep going, you're going to go harder than the lab. Keep going. Yeah.
And that's like I'm dating back all the way back to church, bro. Like, like the music was in me. I love music.
Yeah.
Before I even thought about getting a paycheck, anything from it.
I was doing that. You see what I'm
Real.
saying? That why when you ask me if it's anything that I do for free, and music would be
That's
it.
right.
You know
That's
what I
right,
mean?
bro.
That's the only, because that's one of the only things, you know, me, you know, because you have artists and you have creators. You see what I'm saying? I consider myself as a creator, so
Real.
I can create anything in my
Real.
head. You know what I mean? If it's a music video,
That's
if
right.
it's a rap song, if it's a beat, if it's whatever it is, I can create it in my mind and I can project it, you know what I'm saying,
Real.
for, you know, other people to see. And that's what makes me an artist.
Real.
You see what I'm
That's
saying?
real. Artistry.
Yeah,
That's right.
artistry.
That's
Yeah,
real.
it makes me an
real,
artist,
bro.
Because most artists, when they start off, they start off with a blank canvas.
That's right.
And I don't know what you see as an artist, but when you paint the canvas, then I be like, oh, okay, I see you. Oh, you see what I'm saying?
Wow.
So it's the same thing with the music and
That's
the
right.
clothes and just the whole package.
That's
you know, it's
right.
a whole package.
Definitely. Walking billboard.
Yep.
That's
What you
real,
said.
bro. That's
What you
right. That's
said.
real.
Yep.
Take your fans with you, man. Music off, driving down the highway. What's on your mind?
Man, what's on my mind is just trying to make some more money.
Come on.
I'm trying to think about, you know, okay, if I get some money, or when I do get this money, what I'm gonna do with it.
Real.
You know what I mean? Because a lot of people get money and they don't have a plan.
There you go,
You see
bro.
what I'm saying?
That's
so
right.
I'm always thinking of a plan. You know, I'm riding by, I'm looking at buildings like, oh, okay,
bro,
that could be something. Oh, I might be driving, you know, I'm like, oh, dang, man, we can make that a car wash. Or we
Wow.
can make this a, you know what I mean? Oh, dang, we need to buy these houses and fix them up.
Real.
Or you tear it down, you know what I'm saying? So I'm always thinking about, you know, building up the city for one thing, you know what I mean? Because this is my city,
That's right,
Atlanta.
bro.
I
That's
love
right.
it to death.
Come on, bro.
So I'm always thinking of ways, you know, to build the city up, to help my people, you know what I mean, to help all my folks
That's right.
get right, you know what I mean, and basically, you know, just leave these folk with some more than just music, you know, leave them with something, you know, leave them with something that they can go home and be like, yeah, that's what's up.
Real.
Yeah. So that's all I be thinking. I be
Come
thinking
on,
my
bro, that's
mind
right.
be everywhere.
No, bro,
like 285.
right.
It's all wrong.
No, that's real. That's creators.
Yeah.
You know, artistry. This world is your canvas. You know what I'm saying? So you always looking at everything as a puzzle piece.
Exactly.
Like, man,
how can we build this?
Real.
Or dang, if I would do this, I would do
Right,
that. You know,
right.
it's always working. You know what I mean?
Wow.
It might come up with a song.
Just like
you know,
that.
that's how we came up with East Side, West Side. We was actually in the club, and you know, once again, you know, I'm sitting there just listening, watching the crowd. And then I'm like, man, we gonna do East Side, West Side song. I'm gonna do East Side, you gonna do the West Side.
Wow. Bro,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that like
From the club.
that your brain.
It's like,
Bro, it's just that is it's full circle, bro. Just even
Exactly.
the intro of the song, bro. Like, you know, Baby D and
Yeah,
come on, bro.
yeah.
It's like one of them things, bro. It's timeless
Exactly.
music, bro.
Exactly.
It's a timeless feel.
Exactly.
As soon as you hear the, you know, bro, like it's just and who produced that?
Freddie B, Monte.
Freddie B. Both of them did. And they both co-produced Back Money too.
About Money. They really produced a lot of my like all my albums.
Right,
was,
right.
Monte
Or-
and Freddie B. You know what I
Gotcha.
mean? Top Quality Productions. MC Assault. You know
MC Assault, that's right.
he played a big part in it too. So between those three. And Jelly doing the scratches.
That was
it's
just right, bro. Y'all, boy.
You can't do nothing but win.
Nothing but win, bro.
Yeah.
Baby D, I was born in Germany.
Okay.
You mentioned Germany as being one of your favorite places that you toured, bro.
Yeah, I love that.
How was it, bro? Like,
Man, I love that. I went to Stuttgart.
Gotcha.
Stuttgart.
Real.
And yeah, man. Then I was out there, man, performing. Man,
Come
it was
on.
lovely, man. That was one of my first time, I think, actually leaving. You know, the U.S.
Real.
You know, so it was an experience.
Real.
You know, it was different, but you know, it was what I needed because
Go ahead.
It also gave me, you know what I mean, the confidence to say, hey, I want to go see some other stuff.
Real.
Because if this was going on over here, I want to go to, you know, I want to go to Colombia. I want to go to, you know, I want to go see what's going on in China. I want to go see this for myself and experience, because once you do travel and you get to these other places, you will see, you know what I'm saying, how grateful, you know what I mean, and how lucky we are to be Americans.
Bro.
You see what I'm saying?
Bro, so true, bro.
Yeah, man.
So true, bro. I was stationed in the Coast Guard, man, and seen places like Peru, Costa Rica, El Salvador, these places, bro. And you're like, man, y'all tripping.
Yeah.
It's crazy out here.
It's
for
crazy.
real, bro.
It's crazy. But you know, like with everything, it has its pros and its cons.
That's right.
And by us being human beings, you know what I mean, we always can adapt to our surroundings.
That's right.
So if you throw us in the jungle, you know, we still gonna be able to survive. We might don't want to do it, but we gonna figure it out. Because the mind is if you were able to tap in to, you know, that other part of your mind that you don't use, you see what I'm saying? That's what being, you know, in the wilderness or being in a different environment, that's what it make you do. It make you tap into your instincts, and it make you, you know, you got a survival instinct, so you gonna make it work.
Bro.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's what you said, like, bro, like, even from that, you're like, no, I'm not a rapper. I'm an artist.
Yeah.
Like I said, you know, put me anywhere on God's green earth. I trip about it. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, real, bro. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's like, no, I'm an artist. This is my canvas. This word is my canvas. I'm gonna make it do what it do, regardless. That's real.
And once you been, like I say, once you're a creator, you will go, you know what I mean, to, you know, wherever you at, and you will see what they missing, you know, what they need. And then that, you being a creator, you would try to provide that need for them, you know what I mean? But I was saying that to say that, you know, our worst might be their best. You see what I'm saying? So being a product of your environment, we might look at it like, oh man, I wouldn't know. But to them, they like, man, we balling.
You know what I'm saying? Bro, that's right.
You know
that's
what
right.
I mean? So that's how you have to look at it.
Wow.
And that's what one thing that I realized, and I got a chance to see, you know, going to Germany.
That's
the
right.
food was
that's
different.
Right. Come on, that's
you
right.
know, but the food, and they driving like 100 miles, 300 miles
on
the Autobahn.
That's right.
That's right. And I never seen it, like, you know, it's 65 out here.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? 55. Ain't no just, you want to race? All right, come on.
That's right, bro. That's real.
It ain't push the scat pack to the floor.
That's real, bro. That's a
but
fact.
there, you could do that.
You could do that
without no problem, man. So I was like, wow. So it's like when you get a chance to go to these different places, you'll see how they living, and you know, you just get a chance to experience different things. And you know, like, bro, that was like one, like you said, that was one of my, because what made it so endeared to me, because it was like my first time actually going out the country.
Gotcha.
So it was like, you know, yes, I was like, wow, man.
Yeah, bro, that's real. I'm across the Pacific.
Yes, man. I couldn't believe it.
That's real, bro.
Yep. And like even common things like, you know, like hamburgers and stuff, that was like American food.
Come on.
You see what I'm saying? Like, they was called,
like,
it was considered American food. Like, they even had a restaurant that said American food.
Wow.
I was like, wow. You know, so it opened up my eyes a lot.
Real. Can you remember, because I know you probably can you remember, like, that tour date? How did you feel, like, when you got back to the hotel, whatever it was? How did you feel at that moment when your head hit the pillow? How did you feel, like, being thousands of miles away from Atlanta, Georgia? How did you feel, like,
man,
just for the young artists watching this?
I was overly excited, first of all. So I don't even think I slept. I just was up, because looking out the window, you know, just trying the food. You know, they had us like down, like in a little downtown area.
Gotcha.
So it was like you know, it was just like when we left the club, we went. It was like a little food truck outside, and they were serving like some little soft tacos and the pita bread, with the like coleslaw on top. Man, I was like, man, this thing busted. But I would never would have thought of that.
Wow.
You know, excuse me, I would never would have thought of that.
Real. So
yeah, man. So it was like I think you know, I was just up, man. I was overly excited. But when I did hit the pillow and I did fall asleep, it was just like I just fell asleep. It wasn't like I was it wasn't like I was just like, overly tired, because I was still up. I didn't want to leave. I was like, man, we gotta go. Oh man. You know what I mean? So it was more me just just experiencing it. I want to soak it all up.
That's right.
Once again, you never know when you gonna go back to Germany.
Right, bro. That's real. That's true. That's true. That's real, bro.
That's crazy.
Let me ask you this, man. Like, is it better to be loved or respected?
Well, me personally, I would like to just be respected. Respect me, and I'm gonna respect you. You know what I'm saying? And we'll grow a genuine love for each other. You know what I mean? Because it's like, love. People say love. You know what I mean? And they use it just like a word, love. You know what I'm saying?
Real.
But respect. You know what I mean? You earn that. You feel what I'm saying? And it's like people, even if they don't know you, they gonna respect you just because of what they heard about you. You know what I'm saying? Your reputation. You know what I'm saying?
Real. That's right.
And like even one of the 48 laws of power, it says, protect your reputation at all costs.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Because your reputation is what makes you who you are. You know what I'm saying? Exactly.
Real.
So you could have a reputation of, a good guy.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So everybody like, oh yeah, you're a good guy, but you're really a bad guy.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? But your reputation is what people, that's how they judge you off of.
Gotcha.
So, just like keep a good reputation, man.
Real.
You know what I mean? And whatever you do, just do it, you know what I mean? And mean what you say.
Real, bro.
You know what I mean?
Do it and mean what you say.
Yeah, because people, like I say, people say, I love you, I love you, I love you. Okay, you know what I mean? I say I love my homeboys, but that don't necessarily mean I love you like that.
Right.
You feel what I mean?
Bro,
you know what I mean? Like I love my mama, you know what I'm saying? I love my grandmama. Like when they pass away, I'm gonna be crying mad. It's gonna hurt my heart. You see what I'm saying? Like, so it's different levels of love. You know what I mean? But I respect them all.
Right,
I respect my mama. I respect my grandma the same. I respect my auntie. I respect them all the same.
That's right, bro.
So I would rather have the respect than the love. You know
and it seems like 95 to 97%, I ask this on every interview, is respect.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it's
because if you can have the love, but if you don't got the respect, then the love don't even mean nothing.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow. It's real, bro. Your artists, everybody on AMG, Atlanta Music Group, what can we look forward to the artists, everybody that's coming out?
Man, they the future.
Come on.
That's all I can tell you, man. Like music, like once again, we've been talking about this. So music is my life, you know what I mean? So it's like, it's really kind of hard to impress me when you talking about music, you know what I mean? Because I done heard it all. I done heard everybody's music before they even put it out. And it was certain artists that I didn't think never was gonna make it, but they made it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
then it was some artists that I was fighting for, and they made it.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
And then it was some folks that I liked that didn't make it. You see what I'm saying? So with the music, these artists, like I say, they all individual, you know what I mean? And they remind me of myself all in different ways.
Real.
You see what I'm saying?
Real,
like
right.
some of them got the grind, some of them don't have the grind, but they got the look. And some of them got the look, but they don't know how to perform on stage. You know what I'm saying? So it's little pieces and things that you got to mold to make it shape. You know what I mean? But I see a little bit of myself in all of them. You know what I'm saying? The music and the music, it comes natural.
Right.
So that's what, and that's one thing that was with me. I hear a beat, I come up with a song with a beat like right there, and that's what they all can do. You know what I mean? So they hear a beat and what they not just saying anything. You know what I mean? It's like they really all got different stories, you know what I mean? And it ain't always about, shoot them up, bang, bang, you know what I mean? But they got good stories.
Real,
yeah,
that's
like
real.
partying, having fun. One of my artists, like Tomboy Gabby, she's a female, she's like a Day's Loaf.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? So she got like a little Day's Loaf feel.
Sure.
And like I was saying, like my boy Everyday Sunny, he's a celebrity barber. You see what I'm saying? So he done went from, cutting hair.
Right.
Now he want to get into music.
Real.
So all of them got their own little grind.
Real.
AMG League, YouTube, you know what I mean? So everybody got their own grind. And see, that's what I respect. You know what I'm saying? I respect your grind.
That's right.
No matter. Yeah.
Because you came from that cloth.
Exactly.
First.
So,
that's real.
And a lot of people don't understand that music is like, people think I'm gonna go in the studio, I'm gonna do a song, and I'm gonna blow up tomorrow. You know,
right. Drop that 24 hours, 48 hours. I'm right. I'm where I need to be.
Okay. I done seen people,
come on,
you know, spend 700, 800,000,
wow,
you know, on an artist, and the artist never blows up.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying? So I learned that money can't make, you know, the average Joe like you. They got to naturally like you.
Wow.
Now, what money can do, they can put you in front of the average Joe face.
Right.
But they the ones that have to automatically gravitate to
that's
you.
Right.
You know, and that's all the things that you can see with inside, you know, Atlanta Music Group. All the artists, they got the personality that we was talking
that's
about.
Right. That's right.
You know, they're very approachable.
Cool.
You know, they can have a conversation with you, you know what I'm saying, on any level. The music is dope. You know what I mean? So I think, you know, what you will expect from the artist is just a change and a shift in the music, in the culture. You know, they're gonna give you something that you never heard before.
That's real, bro. That's real.
Cause I done heard a lot, you know.
I know, right?
And it's hard to impress.
Real,
so
bro.
It's like for me, and I ain't even just saying it because you know they my artists. You know what I mean? But because they wasn't my artists at first, they was doing their own thing. You know what I'm saying? So, but by me checking them out, I'm like, oh, okay, all right, you know. So it's like, I think they gonna shake them up. We're gonna get ready to drop some real soon. We actually doing a label lunch party in late July, and we're gonna show the trailer for the Block Crew on the SOC production.
Come on.
So, you know, make sure you get an invite.
Bro,
make sure you get everybody to come, man. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be real. They gotta bring your sponsors.
Come on, bro.
Tell them to come on through, man.
For sure.
Because I think they would like to, you know, try that. You know what I mean? So
definitely, bro.
Yeah, and then you know, another thing is, you know, talking about networking, you know, say we also can network too. You know what I mean? Like I'm doing the movies. You know, now you can bring get a placement, come put it in. The, you know what I'm saying? And we can just help each other. However, and utilize our resources. And then once we realize that it only could be one quarterback, one wide receiver, one running back, and everybody just be the best at their position, we can win. Even the people ride the bench get a Super Bowl ring.
That's a fact, bro.
Everybody just play their position and we can win.
Wow. Let me ask you this, baby D. Having more time or money? Which one means more to you?
Money.
Real.
Yeah.
That's real.
Cause time waits for no man. You see what I'm saying?
Wow.
And time. And one thing about time, is time gonna keep moving.
That's right, bro.
You see what I'm saying?
That's right.
But with the money, you can control the money. You see what I'm saying? I can control what I want to spend my money on. I can control where I want to go. I can control how much time I want to spend in here with my money. You
That's
see what I'm saying?
real, bro. That's real.
But time, it's gonna keep going regardless without you. You know what I'm saying? So I would rather have the money. You know what I mean? Because I know one thing, the time that I am here, I'm gonna have a lot of fun with the money.
Bro, that's right.
You know what I'm saying? and then with money, I can move on my own time. You know what I'm saying? I don't necessarily have to be there. I can come when I feel like it. I'm rich.
Real, that's a bar. AMG, Atlanta Music Group. Where do you see it in 5 years?
Man, I see it being a very successful label. I see it being, you know, basically like the next QC, you know what I'm saying?
Real, come on.
You know, the next LaFace, you know what I'm saying? I see it being like a legendary situation.
Real.
You know what I mean? Because once you get past, you know, the brand, you know what I'm saying? Once you get past the brand and you really listen to the music and the artist, that's what's going to draw the people.
Absolutely,
you know, something different.
Absolutely.
You know, it ain't all like we ain't shooting up everybody. We having fun. We partying.
Real.
You know what I'm saying? We talking about, you know, like real life situations. You know, we talking about, you know, like feelings and how I feel today. I'm mad as hell today, but tomorrow I'm gonna be good.
I'm
you
human.
know what I'm saying? I'm human,
that's
man.
Right,
I'm
bro.
cool.
That's
but,
right.
So it's like that's what the music is about. It's just good music, man.
Real.
You know, it's not like we trying to be, you know, the hardest label or trying to show that we got the most gangsters and all that. Nah, we not trying to do that. We just trying to make some good music, man. You know what I mean? Good music, whether it's good or bad to you, you know what I mean? Somebody can relate to it.
Real. Got Steve Kerr, got Doc Rivers, got Phil Jackson. We got I can say Mark Jackson. Now we got Yo Gotti's, we got Rick Ross's, we got look, now we're going from the player coach.
There you go.
Baby D,
Yeah.
player coach. Does that make for a better team, or do you think it comes with because I've been there, it makes it, your Pat Riley's, your baby, like, it makes it even more like, man, y'all better come with it.
Me personally, I wouldn't want to even, good example. I wouldn't call a plumber to come fix my TV.
Bar.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like if you trying to, another good example, like, when, I hear women, you know what I'm saying, or I hear men say, man, I want to meet me a lawyer, I want to meet me a doctor, but you going to the club. You see what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
You're not going to meet you might meet a doctor or a lawyer, but your chances are better if you go to a hospital.
Real.
You see what I'm saying? Or if you go to, you go somewhere into the courthouse.
Right,
You
it's
just
real. It's right.
You know what I mean? Or go to like those type of conventions and stuff, then you will meet you a doctor or a lawyer. So it's like, I'm saying that to say that experience is always key. You see what I'm saying? So if you want to be an artist, why when you want to be or listen to somebody who's been an artist? You see what I'm saying? Who been through all of this, who knows the struggle, who knows it's ups and downs. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to be sometimes you ain't even gonna want to go on stage. You're gonna be like, man, I'm cool. I'm rich, I'm cool. I don't want to do it no more. I'm like, nah, you can't. But you can't give up. You can't just stop. You got to, you got to have that drive, and then you also, it's just a lot that come with it. You got to have people around you that to when you doing something crazy, like, nah, you don't do that, bro. I'm telling you, they watching. You want to lose your money, you know what I mean? Like all those little things, it's like pointers that you can give an upcoming artist, because like once again, if you play basketball and I see you doing a move that you're supposed to do, I'ma tell you because I was out there and I know how I can shake you right now because I just seen what you did. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
real, bro.
It's like experience is key.
That's right.
And me going from the like you said, from the player to the coach situation, I think it's a good move.
Real.
And my team, that's why I call them my team. You know what I mean? My team, I feel like, they listen well and they play their position.
That's right.
Like how they supposed to play. And I feel like if we all just stay on the same path and we run the playbook,
that's right.
We're gonna be in now.
Real, bro. It's real.
Yep.
Baby D, when it's all said and done, what is your legacy?
Man, probably gonna be ATL, ho.
Real.
That's gonna be my legacy. They gonna be like, man, you remember buddy who used to say ATL? Man, they still playing it in the Hawks game. So that's probably gonna be my legacy.
That's
I ain't gonna lie,
bro,
man. Just
real.
because, that was one of those songs, that like that's I lay it down. That's I tell the club
that's
up.
Right,
that's
bro.
our
That's right.
That's like our ghetto national anthem.
Come on.
For Atlanta.
Come on, bro. That's real. That's a
like,
fact. That's a fact, bro.
So I feel like that, like, once again, that right there, you know what I mean, is gonna outlast me,
real.
As in a physical, being, but I will live forever because of that.
Real.
You see what I'm saying?
Respect.
So people like, man, ATL, man, y'all don't know, baby.
Classic, bro.
And it's gonna it's gonna just keep like Marvin Gaye, like
right,
your Al Greens,
on,
like
bro.
your James Brown, like,
don't stop.
you know what I mean? Your Michael Jacksons, your Jackson 5s,
That's
like
right.
when they was doing it, you know what I'm saying? They was on their grind. They didn't know how far it was gonna take them. Now you see what the folks still sampling they stuff.
So true, bro.
They still relevant to this day. You got little kids around here singing who don't even know nothing about a Marvin Gaye. Probably ain't gonna never see him in live in person,
bro.
But they know the music.
music.
They know who he is. They know, you know what I mean? And that just goes to sum up with everything that we've been talking about.
That's
It's
right.
just the power of
Power of
music.
music, bro.
You see what I'm saying? Music is powerful, and if you use it, it goes both ways. You can use it in a good way, or you can use it in a bad way.
That's a
You know what
fact.
I mean?
That's so
So when
true.
you do get the power to grab somebody's attention, always think about what direction you want to go. You know what I'm saying? Because if you plant good seeds, you're going to get a good fruit tree.
That's right, bro.
If you plant bad seeds, then I don't know what you're going to get when you come back.
Destruction.
You know what I'm
It's
saying?
real, bro. That's real. What's that one message you would give to your supporters, to your fans out there that's watching today?
Well, I would just tell y'all, man, to keep y'all head up, man. No obstacle is too big for you. Stay down, don't chase the money, chase the dream. You know what I mean? And basically, I'm coming, man. Baby D, follow me. Bro. I'm all on the wheel like a spider.
Come on, that's a bar.
Yeah, I mean, you follow
y'all hear
me.
the bars now. Y'all hear the bars.
Let's
go. It's real, bro. And with your music as well, you have more on the way too, correct?
Exactly.
Real, bro. Come on.
Exactly.
You gotta feed it.
Exactly.
Bro.
So, once again, I'm working on the soundtrack for the block.
That's right.
So you're gonna hear some new stuff on that.
Come on.
I just put out a mixtape called Atlanta Live. It's on all your platforms, your Spotify's, your YouTube, your iTunes, all Apple Music. And then I also got one that me and Monte actually did. It's called Oomp Camp.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? So that's on all your platforms too. So that was just a little sneak peeks.
Real.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Just something just to test the waters, just to get it out there and let people know that I'm still working. But y'all should be hearing something from me. We was actually wrapping up the Smoke Out 2 today. It's like our last day. We wrapping that up.
Come on.
So as soon as we get finished, as soon as I get finished with that, then I'm getting back on the music.
For sure.
So I'm back on the music, getting a soundtrack together, start recording, get the artists together.
Like That's right.
Yeah. So now it's like steps. So I did all the movie stuff. So now I'm back on the music.
Real,
you know what I mean?
bro. That's right.
What I did learn is whatever you do, give it 100%. You can't spread yourself out and trying to do it because something gonna get missed or something gonna get lost if you try and do too many things at one time.
Gotcha. That's real. Baby D, with $50 million in your bank account tomorrow morning, what changes about you?
Nothing. The only thing that I could do is basically just buy the real estate. Just do everything I wanted to do. Anything that I wanted to do, I could do it. But as far as my personality, it wouldn't change.
Wouldn't even change.
It wouldn't change.
It
wouldn't change. Just the moves I would make. Get a new car, get a new house.
Grand. That's real, that's it. All it is.
But I still be the same, down to earth.
That's right.
Humble guy because in they're material things, and I tell my artists and I say, man, 5 years you ain't even gonna be driving that same car.
Wow.
In 5 years you ain't even gonna have the same phone. So while you worshiping, material things right now at the moment, in 5 years you gonna be like, you gonna have a flying car. It's gonna be a new Benz.
Bro.
It's gonna be a new Lambo. It's gonna be, so you can't get caught up in that. You know what I'm saying?
Real, bro.
You can't get caught up in that. So.
Respect that.
So I would try to with my 50 million, I would really just try to put it in something that I know that will last.
Real. It's gonna keep on.
Yeah,
so like you said, making money while you sleep.
Yeah, it's gonna make money
bro,
for me.
Yeah,
I want to make the money, make money for me.
That's right, bro.
And that money I spend.
There you go. Right. Yeah, that's real, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, Baby D, we spoke off camera, regarding 23 years ago. This is just for the supporters, for the fans. Lakewood Amphitheater birthday bash.
Yep.
This was roughly 2001, 2002. Here I am, a junior. I may have been a junior or I might have been a junior.
Okay.
Because I had my car, I drove there.
Okay.
Baby D performing.
Okay.
I'm on the way, me and my brother on the way just to use the bathroom. Baby D comes out with his entourage. My brother like, the Baby D right there. I said, Baby D, what's up, man? You came,
that's what's up,
dapped me up.
That's what's up.
Made me feel like $1 million.
Hey, man, I appreciate you, bro.
Bro, like things like that, you never forget.
Exactly.
And just want you to know, man, like you sitting in front of me, bro, is part of that, like, keep going.
That's what's up.
Bro, for real,
I
bro.
appreciate you, man.
Bro.
And like you said, it be those key moments. you know, that can make you or break you as an artist. You see what I'm saying? So it's like like we were speaking earlier, like you said, off camera. That was just one of the things that you know that I always was like, I was appreciative for you, baby D. Hey, what's up, man? Hey, you know me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm happy that you can even recognize me, bro. So it's like that right there speaks so much, you know what I mean? So I appreciate, you know, you, your brother, y'all listening to my music, you know, and just you know, just keeping the legacy alive, man. Because at that time, you know what I mean, we didn't know we were gonna be sitting here right now, you know what I mean? I didn't know you know me. It was just like, you know what I mean? It was just like a genuine, you know, respect that we had for each other.
Right, bro.
And that's where it come back from the respect. You know what I'm saying? I respected you, respect. Yeah, what's up, man? You know, I felt the vibe, and we back at it again.
Real, back at it, bro. That's real respect.
Back at it.
Respect. Baby D, as tradition on the integrity response, if you could reach into that bowl, grab one fortune cookie.
Okay.
If you could open it and read it to your fans.
Okay.
Just like that, brother.
Man, I wonder what these fortune cookies was for. You know, I was about to start eating them. I was like, these party favors? Hey, I'm glad they started grabbing. Let me see what my fortune says today.
Yes, sir.
Hey, y'all better get y'all pen and paper and write down these. Nah, I ain't gonna tell y'all my numbers. Keep my numbers. Keep my numbers. Hey, it says, never make the mistake of thinking that you know everything about anything.
Wow.
Yeah.
Bro, the first thing I'm thinking about is, bro, like, grandma, ain't nothing new under the sun.
Ain't nothing new under the sun,
bro,
yeah.
That's real, bro.
Hey,
that's real, bro.
I'm trying to tell you.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. That's real, bro. Yeah, that's deep, too.
That is,
Never
bro.
make the mistake of thinking that you know everything about anything.
Wow.
Yeah, you don't know everything.
You said something. I just sit back and listen. You said I listen more than that. Bro, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's how you gotta be. And the fortune cookie has spoken.
Come on, that's right. That's real, bro. Baby D, legend.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Living legend, bro. Everything you've done, everything you're doing right now, and everything you're about to do.
That's what's up,
bro.
Man.
We are on a journey with this man's journey. We're right here with you, bro. Let's get it, man. 2024, Baby D, AMG.
Yes, sir.
We signing off.